Hare Krishna, good morning and welcome all of you all for a Sunday morning Bhagavad Gita class. So, we are in the ending part of the third chapter, completed 3.3839. 3.3839. So, let's 340. We completed 340 last session. Okay, let's have a fast 2 minutes recap so that we can then go ahead with the next verse.
You have said the fire is covered by the smoke.
Yes.
The living entity is covered by layers of layers of layers.
Yes. Then what next?
And this layers of desires covers our real knowledge.
Covers our real knowledge. And where does this lust stay? What is the residing place?
Senses, mind.
Indriyani mano buddhir. Esh adhishtanam uchyate. It is that place where this lust resides. The problem is, it is not residing outside, it is residing inside us. So, बाहर का चीज़ हो तो आप साफ कर सकते हो, पानी से, डेटॉल से, कुछ भी करे साफ कर सकते हो. अंदर कैसे करोगे साफ सफाई? The problem is, it is residing that too, mind, senses, they are all intelligence. All three are subtle. ऐसा नहीं कि ग्रॉस चीज़ है. अगर if it is gross चीज़, now if I ask someone, mind is something which you can't remove and show. You can't remove your intelligence and show. You can act intelligently, you can behave intelligently, and from that we can understand that this person is intelligent or not. So these are all subtle things. So subtle things में अगर कोई चीज़ है, तो it is very difficult for that to be cleansed. Of course, Krishna gives us many other formulas for that also, handling that also. Then what else?
Prabhuji, you have said what is real knowledge. We should not desire for anything material.
We should not desire for anything material. Okay. And then one more thing we discussed. Come on, others. अकेला वो अटेंड किया था क्लास, बाकी लोग भी अटेंड किए ना क्लास. Come on. Those other than her who attended, please revise and tell me fast. How? Lust is never satisfied. Very nice. That's dushpurena alena cha. Whenever you try to fulfill your desire, it is only adding up to a new desire. You are doing one desire, आपका कोई भी इच्छा हो, पूरी हो, जैसे आपका let's say you want iPhone 14, when the 14 is fulfilled, then that as soon as 15 is launched, you want iPhone 15. 15 is bought, शांति नहीं है. New introducing 15, 16, and you run for 16. That's why अब तक 1 to 15 कितना बेवकूफ़ बनाया लोगों को. Tell me what extra feature is there? I mean, leaving aside some nominal or minimal changes, features, there's no great changes. But still, upgradation is there. Even the car also, new so-and-so car. And उसमें क्या है? One extra airbag. If you bang yourself, you'll bang on the airbag. You'll save yourself. That's all. या कुछ extra lights, moonlight, कुछ नहीं. Now the best thing is, पहले ऊपर एक छत हुआ करता था गाड़ी के ऊपर. ना उसको सन मून ये बोल के वो भी उड़ा दिया. So now I can see that upstairs also, I can see downstairs also. थोड़ा दिन में नीचे भी निकाल देंगे. न्यू करना है ना वो लोग को. So this is how it is going to be. Just create a desire, and desire is, एक बार आग चिंगारी लगा दी ना, it is always burning. And for that, what is the most important tool used is advertisements. Advertisements create need. When I was doing my MBA, I still remember what is greatness in marketing. Marketing greatness ये हुआ करता था. If you can go and sell a refrigerator to an Eskimo, that means you are a successful marketing person. या गंजे को जाके आपने कंगी बेच के आ गए, तो you are a successful marketing person. Means what? Things which you don't require, for that, if a need is created, means you are properly given injection of lust or desire has been created inside the person. उसका है ही नहीं, उसके अंदर डिजायर ही नहीं है, इच्छा ही नहीं है. मगर what do? The marketing person creates a necessity, a desire, and then he sells his product to you. So now, what is the warning Krishna is giving? Now let's read the 40th verse before we go to the 41st verse. Indriyani manobuddhir esha adhishtanam uchyate ete vimochite esha jnanam avrita dehinam. Two things I repeat. First is vimohita esha. वहाँ से वो चीज, esha means that very lust sitting inside the mind, intelligence and your इंद्रियाणी मनो बुद्धि सेंसेस, इन तीन चीज़ों में जहाँ बैठी है, वो तीन चीज़ों से बैठ के विमोहित, मोहित से भी ज़्यादा है, विशिष्ट रूप में ने मोहित, विमोहित. स्पेशली इट कंफ्यूजेस यू, एंड व्हेन यू आर स्पेशली कंफ्यूज्ड, as it is when confused we are doing nonsense, and specially confused person, he does super nonsense. Vimohita esha jnanam avrata dehinam. You know very well I don't require it. You know very well I don't require it, but still you go for it. मालूम है, फिर भी ज्ञान है, फिर भी वो ज्ञान काम का नहीं है. I'll tell you, one of my cousin brother, he had a flair for taking loans. There was hardly any loan in the world which he had not taken. He had availed house loan, vehicle loan, even he had done renovation by loan. And those days we had a nice circle. So one of my friend, my cousin brother's friend, group member, he was personal manager to the Dena Bank manager, some branch. So he was connected to Dena Bank. So he said, we have started with a new loan for you specially. What? Second wife loan. That's not there, huh? Don't worry. People may think, we're just joking. He was just joking. The sense, if such a loan is available, people will go for that loan also. When there are characters, there are people. Shastra says, little bit of fire, little bit of disease, and little bit of loan is enough to destroy a person. This is what Shastra says. Very stringently it says, little bit disease. That's why we are, the medical term is, it should not relapse. What is the meaning of relapsing here? Disease, any disease relapsing means what? A little bit of the infection is still surviving in the body, which wins over your body immune system, and it comes up. So, little bit of it is also dangerous. So, little bit of disease, little bit of fire. कहीं एक चिंगारी हो काफ़ी है, पूरा महल का महल, बिल्डिंग का बिल्डिंग को जला सकता है. And little bit of loan. But I think we should add one more thing. Little bit of unwanted desire is also equally disastrous. That's what Lord is trying to tell us over here. Ki little bit of unwanted desire. See, human by default is full of desire. But this extra unwanted desires, or this desire when contemplated too much, it turns out to be lust. No desire is a lust at the first place. Desire when contemplated on again and again, उसी चीज़ पे अगर हमारा ध्यान हो, उसी चीज़ के बारे में बार बार सोचें, किसी भी तरह एक बार तो ले लूँ वो, एक बार तो वो चीज़ को हासिल कर दूँ, उसके पास है, इसके पास है, मेरे पास क्यों नहीं है, बस बार बार उस चीज़ पे ध्यान लगाने से डेफिनेटली यू आर विमोहित. एंड देन ज्ञानम इज ऑल्सो आवृतम, दैट इज टोटली कवर्ड. सो नाउ what is the advice Krishna is giving? That's most important for us. ठीक है, अभी तक भगवान ने बीमारी बताई है, तो बीमारी का इलाज क्या है? तस्मात् त्वाम इंद्रियादौ नेमया भरतर्षभया पापमानं प्रजाति एनम ज्ञानम विज्ञान नाशनम. एकदम एटम बॉम्ब्स डाल दिया कृष्णा ने. This entire verse is nothing but full of atom bombs. First and foremost, okay, let's 3.41. Okay, if someone is not just come on 3.41 Bhagavad Gita. Tasmat tvam indriya adav. Who can read the translation? Come on.
Therefore, O Arjuna, best of the Bharatas, in the very beginning, curb this great symbol of sin, lust, by regulating the senses, and slay this destroyer of knowledge and self-realization.
2-3 points, very, very important, which Krishna is saying use here. First and foremost, therefore, tasmat. Let's go to the word to word translation, very important. Tasmat tvam, you, indriyani, senses, adav. Adav matlab in the beginning itself. Niyamaya, control. Senses को control करो. Second chapter also भगवान यही बोलते हैं. Control your senses. Control your senses. Don't worry. Till the 18th chapter, the crux is going to be control your senses. And people, many people are there, stalwarts, 15, 20 years, they attend class. Read this. Very nice. Yes, yes, we should control. But हम प्रयास कर रहे हैं प्रभु जी, प्रयास कर रहे हैं. वो प्रयास अभी और कितने जन्म तक होगा भगवान जाने, because life is too short. Remember that. Life is not too big that we can keep on trying till the end. At any moment, life can terminate. So it's better, earlier the better. कितना भी आप दारू पी लो, कितना भी नॉनवेज खा लो, कितना भी ये कर लो, ये सब चीज़ से क्या होने वाला है, ये श्लोक में बताता है हमको. Bad habits, desire for enjoying, desire for sense gratification is going to have its toll on us. Therefore, tvam, you, senses, in the beginning, regulate, niyamaya, Bharat Rishabha. So he is calling chief of the descendants of Bharataha. See, यहाँ पे entire Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is addressing Arjuna in various names. कभी पार्था, कभी भरत ऋषभः, कभी गुडकेशः, various names. Dhananjaya. So various names is given, and every name has its meaning. Why here he is not referring him as Dhananjaya or Gudakeshaha or Kaunteya or Parthaha? Why he is not calling? Why is specifically calling? क्या randomly select करते हैं क्या? 2-3 बार तुझे गुड़केशव बोला, अब तुझे मैं भरत ऋषभ बोलता हूँ. Everything has depth. First and foremost, O chief among descendants, Arjuna, you are the chief, matlab you are the leader. If you don't do this controlling of the senses, what will the people following you will do? कि हम सब क्या है, अर्जुन जो कर रहे हैं हम भी वही कर रहे हैं. We are also in the same dilemma. We are also in the same type of confusion. What is to be done, what is not to be done, what is indecisive. Everything has to be done in the very beginning itself. Show the comments at here. So, therefore, O best of the Bharatas, in the very beginning, curb this symbol of sin. Very nicely, Krishna, Prabhupada is writing this beautiful word. Symbol of sin. Lust is not sin. What is calling it? It is a symbol of sin. Because of lust, one commits crime. Because of lust, one does sinful activities. It is not that, it is because of sinful activities, one becomes lusty. It's not vice versa. Because of lust, one performs sinful activities. Because व्यक्ति के अंदर ये क्या बोले, लालच नहीं, लालच भी नहीं है, ये कामना का एक प्रोपेंसिटी जो है या चढ़ा हुआ भाव है. आई एम ट्राइंग फॉर द हिंदी वर्ड. व्हाट इज द हिंदी वर्ड फॉर वासना? जो काम की वासनाएं हैं. काम डजंट मीन ओनली attraction towards the opposite sex. Please don't have that feeling. It can be of n number of type. It can be for name, fame, recognition, power, anything. It can be anything. Anything when condensed becomes lust. That's why he says, in the very beginning, I always give this example. There are 4 types of people. It's better you become the first kind of people. What is the first kind of people? सुन के सुधर जाते हैं. सुन के सुधर जाते हैं. सुना है शराब पीना बुरी बात है, सुन लिया, पिताजी ने बोला, गुरुजी ने बोला शराब पीना बुरी बात है, छोड़ दिया, नहीं करना है, मुझे शराब नहीं पीनी. बट सेकेंड क्लास सुना, फिर देखा, अरे मेरे चाचा जी का घर बर्बाद हो गया, मेरे पड़ोसी का घर बर्बाद हो गया, मेरे पिताजी का, मेरे दोस्त का पिताजी शराब पी पी के उसका घर बर्बाद हो गया. सो मैंने सुना, देखा. सेकंड कैटेगरी. थर्ड कैटेगरी, क्या है ना, वो लोग सब अनकंट्रोल्ड पीते हैं, सब सिंटेक्स का टंकी है, मैं एकदम कंट्रोल्ड पीऊँगा, एकदम सब जगह नहीं, ओनली पार्टीज. क्या है, फॉर्मेलिटी रखना पड़ता है ना, फॉर्मेलिटी रखना पड़ता है. साई कृष्ण जोर से हंस रहे. कंट्रोल्ड, एकदम कंट्रोल्ड पीता हूँ. हर कोई इंसान स्टार्ट ऐसे कंट्रोल्ड में करता है एंड ही लैंड्स अप इनटू ए डिजास्टर. एंड व्हाट हैपेंस, ही स्टार्ट्स ड्रिंकिंग. एंड माइंड यू, ऑन द फर्स्ट पेक नो वन फॉल्स सिक, but it is on a slow process. The health is eaten, the body is eaten, the liver goes, and finally he gets some major disease. And then if he is little bit intelligent, little bit, then he understands. Suna, dekha, tajurba kar liya, experienced, saw, I heard, I saw and I experienced. Now I will not do this nonsense. But the maximum is the fourth category. सुना, देखा, experience किया, but still one more try, and they are called as moodha, buddhu, fool. They are not intelligent. To err is human, agreed. But the second part, to forgive is divine, is wrong. Anyhow, you have to carry your sins. जो पाप किया है, जाने में करो या अनजाने में करो, पाप का फल भुगतना ही पड़ेगा. You know, by closing your eyes, you cannot be free from the law. So that's why Krishna is again telling, in the beginning itself, don't indulge in it. Please understand this. उसमें पहले रमने की जरूरत नहीं है छोड़ने के लिए. There's a very nice example I'll give you. Once, for Vaishnavas, Mayavad philosophy is nonsense. It's as it is condemned everywhere. Mayavad means you are God, I am God. Once you are free from Maya, you will also become one with God. This is all nonsense. There is no technical proof for it. So once Giriraj Maharaj student, he was sitting and reading one Mayavadi book. And Giriraj Maharaj asked him, what are you reading this? Why are you reading this? This is a Mayavadi book. Why are you reading this? Immediately he said, no, Maharaj, I am reading this to reject this. I am reading this to reject it. Immediately Giriraj Maharaj gave a very nice reply. You don't have to eat shit to reject it. You don't have to eat shit to reject it. तो समझ लेना एक बात अच्छी तरह से. Those who are having the habit are expected to become intelligent by reading the Bhagavad Gita and leave it. And those who have not started don't have to look that side also. There are certain things which you don't have to taste in life. Like, how many of you all in general have tasted poison? ऐसे थोड़ा बहुत दिन तो शराब पीता है, कोई कोल्ड ड्रिंक पीता है, मैं थोड़ा अलग से जहर पी के देखता हूँ. Similarly, all the bad vices, what are the bad vices? शास्त्र says, ये 4 vices से अगर आप दूर हो तो आप मनुष्य हो. कौन से वो 4 vices हैं? No meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit sex and no gambling. These 4 things may be luring you, but one has to be away from those 4 things. Because these 4 things are the root cause of gateway to hell. And mind you, going to hell is always a costly work. Huh? Going to heaven is cheaper. Going to God is the cheapest. Now you want to say, how can, sir? See, for to go to hell, You have to pay money and eat meat. You have to pay heavily for liquor, heavy taxes you have to pay on liquor and drink. And you can't drink alone, you have to eat along with that. You have to eat along with that. So, it is costly affair. Illicit sex, of course, it is very dangerous and costly also. And last but not the least, gambling से जब पांडवों का भला नहीं हुआ, तुम्हारा क्या खाक होने वाला है? Why did the entire Mahabharata, if you see, it's an illustration of the entire people who had bad vices or even the good people like Pandavas. धर्माधिकारी पांडव भाई अगर जुआ खेलने बैठेंगे तो वो भी तो what to talk about fools like us? We are talking of Dharmaraj, son of यमराज, यमराज का पुत्र धर्मराज होने के बावजूद वो अगर खेले तो वो बर्बाद हो गए, सब कुछ गंवा दिया उन्होंने. हम लोग वो स्टोरी सुनते हैं बट क्या बोलते हैं, मैं एक जुआ खेलता हूं, मुझे एकदम दिख रहा है प्रॉफिट, मुझे क्लियर कट दिख रहा है. अरे दिखता हुआ प्रॉफिट अगर हर टाइम अगर आ जाता है हाथ में तो दुनिया कई तो स्टोरी अलग होता था. Foolishness. That is why Krishna says, when Shastra says, or Krishna doesn't say, Shastra says, ये अगर चार चीज आप फॉलो करते हो तो आप भक्त नहीं हो, आप इंसान हो. No meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit sex and no gambling. अगर ये चार चीज आप कर रहे हो, what did the Kauravas do? They did all this. And what was the end result?
They lost
everything. Not only everything, they have lost their lives also. So please remember, these sinful activities are very, very dangerous. So that's why Krishna is telling, in the very beginning, curb this symbol, great symbol of sin. Starting में ही. And जो by chance, by ignorance or by wrong company, wrong association, अगर उसमें गलती से अगर चले भी गए, तो you have still, that is the best part of Sanatan Dharma, that at any time you can return. So that doesn't mean I'll return after some more time. That is not a liberty given to anyone. कि भाई है तो फिर थोड़ा और आगे बढ़ता हूँ. अभी तो मैंने 100 मुर्गियाँ खाई, एक 500 मुर्गी खा के बाहर निकलता हूँ. Please, it is sucking. It's like a well, it's a whirlpool. It keeps you sucking inside. So please be careful and regulate the senses. So first what he has said, control the desires. Second he is saying is regulate your senses. What is this regulating your senses? What does this mean, regulating your senses? And leave everything, just become like me. Shave off your hair and sit down in one corner doing nothing.
to be diverted towards.
But the senses have to be diverted for a higher cause. It has to be dovetailed for bhakti. You do Krishna bhakti, someone will say, no Prabhuji, I do Ram bhakti. Fine, you do Ram bhakti. But do some bhakti. Don't do bhakti of some foolish so-called man-made gods. There are so many man-made gods, like so many Babas and Sai Baba and this and that, which have no relevance in the Shastra. Why we are against? We are not against, we don't have any personal enmity, but there is no relevance with respect to Shastra. Shastra में कहीं भी उसका उल्लेख नहीं है. और 33 करोड़ देवी देवता क्या कम पड़ गए? क्या आपको एक और एक्स्ट्रा मैन मेड भगवान के पीछे भागने को टाइम है? अगर आप 33 करोड़ देवी देवता के लिए एक सेकंड के हिसाब से आप निकालोगे ना, आपका जीवन कम पड़ेगा. 30 करोड़ देवी देवता, 33 करोड़, तो उतना सेकंड्स अगर आप निकालते हो, बीच में कुछ खाओगे पियोगे ना, कुछ तो करोगे कि नहीं करोगे, तो आयु कम पड़ जाएगी. तो सबसे अच्छा है भक्ति करो भगवान की. भगवान मतलब कृष्ण भगवान है, रामचंद्र जी भगवान है. दिस इज ऑल मेंशन्ड इन द शास्त्र. और चैतन्य महाप्रभु इज ऑल्सो an incarnation of the Lord, which is mentioned as per the Shastra. It is not whimsically created. Shastra is mentioned. That's why you got 3 altars. And किसी को 3 नहीं जमा तो 4th one Narsinga Dev is also there. You can choose that also. Not a problem. But you have to do devotion out of this Supreme Lord's only. You can't do your own whimsical devotion. And slay this destroyer. This lust is the destroyer of what? Knowledge. Second, self realization. जब व्यक्ति इन चीज़ों से बाहर निकलेगा कि भाई बस मुझे अब नॉनवेज, दारू, परस्त्री, ये सब से मुझे बाहर निकलना है, तब जाके आपके दिमाग में कहीं कोने पे एक you will get some relaxed time to do devotion service. How will you do devotion service? For a drunkard, whole day he is planning what he is going to do in the evening. Whole day his planning is what he is going to drink in the evening. He will change his plan, that's a different thing. But whole day his mind is occupied in that. वो व्यक्ति भक्ति क्या खाक करेगा? How can he do? A man who is already a man or a woman, today's date is where to be specific, a man or a woman who is having an illicit sex or an illicit affair, whole day, what is he and she will be thinking? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. No. He will not think about God. He or she cannot think. The mind will be totally engrossed in that sense object. Mind you, all these are sense objects. There is no love and attraction towards that. Absolutely no love. It's only and only a sense object where you are waiting for that moment to enjoy with that object. Be it be an illicit sex, be it be gambling, be it be drinking, be it be meat eating. So please remember, that's why Lord is saying, this what happens? This destroys the real knowledge. Real knowledge of your connection with God. You as a soul is connected to the super soul. And this connection is forgotten. वो सब सोचने को टाइम ही नहीं है ना. 24 hours you are thinking about God. But that sense object, you are not thinking about God. And then, where is the question of any self-realization? For those who have slept in the middle of the night at 2 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning drinking, you are expecting them to come to the Bhagavad Gita class and come for self-realization? They are not going to come. There is no possibility for them. Because now also on the bed, they will be thinking, today night, what sense gratification can I do? Which object of sense gratification should I focus on? Should it be on better alcohol? Should be it on better illicit sex? Or should be better on meat eating? Whatever it is. Rest things are all auxiliary. Yeah? These are the four main propensities by which a man or a woman is degraded. Rest things are all auxiliaries. It adds on. And there is another segment which falls in between. And what is that segment? I go to the beer bar. I don't drink. I only drink cold drink. I only drink cold drink. I don't drink. And why the hell are you sitting over there? Through aromatic way you are enjoying something over there? Through the sense of aroma are you enjoying it? These are all common people. Huh? Then you have to give company. What company? Then he is going to go to Naraka. He will tell you, chal company dene aaja udhar bhi. For the sins what he is committing, one is committing, he has to go to hell. तो साथ में आप वहाँ पे भी कंपनी देने जाओगे क्या? There is somewhere a latent desire is burning in your heart. That is why a person goes with such a person and sits with him. Even if he is not doing that activity, he is sitting with him. And worst is, as per the law of karma, if you pay for him, you had it. If you pay for him, you sponsor him for any of the wrong activities, you had it. आपने आ बैल मुझे तुम्हार, और उसका अकाउंट में सिन गया ना गया वो तो बात की बात है, आपके अकाउंट में तो सिन रजिस्टर हो गया. Yes, I will read the translation, purport.
The Lord advised Arjuna to regulate the senses from the very beginning so that he could curb the greatest sinful enemy, lust, which destroys the urge for self-realization and specific knowledge of the self. Jnana refers to knowledge of self as distinguished from non-self.
when you're sitting in your office, there's some disturbing situation in the house. Here, this lust is disturbing your mind day in and day out. Morning to night, this mind is disturbed. In that disturbed state, what is the possibility of your going to self-realization? Forget about it. भक्ति भक्ति तो बहुत दूर की बात है, भूल जाओ. आपका खुद का जीवन जो है, daily routine, your business, your job, whatever you are doing. That's why you see many of the people butcher their own business, their own job or something of that sort. They mess up their whole life just because of these propensities. Because of this, if this propensity is there, they butcher their business, they butcher their life, everything is butchered. Because ऐसे जगह पे गलत संग में बैठने से गलत आइडियाज ही आपके दिमाग में डालेंगे. प्लीज़ डोंट थिंक आपके बगल में बैठा हुआ शराबी आपको सत्संग देगा. प्लीज़ डोंट बी अंडर द इम्प्रेशन. He may be talking something which is pleasing for your business, but please understand, he is going to give you something foolish. Please continue.
Bhagavad Gita gives us that general and specific knowledge of the self. The living entities are parts and parcels of the Lord, and therefore they are simply meant to serve the Lord. This consciousness is called Krishna consciousness. So from the very beginning of life, one has to learn this Krishna consciousness, and thereby one may become fully Krishna conscious and act accordingly. Lust is only...
Once again, I'll give you one small true incident of the Kali Yuga. Now, why does people generally take to intoxication, meat eating, illicit sex? They don't have the faith that they can be happy without it. They don't have the faith कि मैं अरे शराब नहीं पिया तो क्या, I cannot enjoy. And उसके बाद एक दोस्त फ़ोन करेगा, क्या मज़ा आ रहा है, क्या मस्त, खाने को भी मस्त है. I don't know what that word is used, which I don't want to use on camera. That is also very nice. The liquor is also very nice. You don't know how to enjoy life, you idiot. You are not really enjoying life. All this is told very nicely, and then desire is flared up. But why? What makes us flare this? This thing flared up because we have a conviction. We are convinced that without this we can never be happy. And secondly, we think we are the doers. I'll tell you a small incident. Way back in Vrindavan, there was a sage who was convinced that all his requirements will be fulfilled by God. भगवान मेरी सारी इच्छाएं पूरी करेंगे. तो उसने क्या किया? उसके बदन में जो भी कपड़े थे वो फट गए, यहाँ तक कि उसकी कोपिन भी फट गई. कपड़े फट गए तो उसको गांठ मार मार के वो चलाता था. See, why I am telling you this example is, see a person who is sitting to do a sense gratification, how much of personal dearness he has got. He is very dear to himself. अच्छा दारू पीने का, अच्छा नॉनवेज खाने का, अच्छा होटल में जाके खाने का, जो भी हो, that means what? So attached. And in the end, he is still sad. But see, a sadhu in Vrindavan, it's a true story I am talking of. I am not talking of something whimsical. He was first in the inside interiors, then he came to Vrindavan. And believe it or not, that Maharaj has come to Dhanuka also. He has come to. So, that's the speciality of this Maharaj. Forgot his name, it's not striking my name, but very nice person. So, and we are talking of the late 70s, 80s. I am not talking of some Satyug or Tirthayug story. तो यहाँ तक उसकी हालत थी कि उसकी कोपिन तक फट गई. There was no chance for his kopin also. There was this undergarment to be tied again. He had only knots. In his entire dresses he had knots because सब फट गया. So that, and now the last undergarment he had, even that had gone. So he went into his so-called kutia and he was sitting there. And he decided, आज के बाद ये अवस्था में मैं कहीं जाके मधुकरी तो कर नहीं सकता हूँ. Because there they all do मधुकरी, आते हैं, भिक्षा मांगते हैं, जो भिक्षा मिली उससे खा के जीते हैं. But said not possible, now I can't go. So now he made a conviction. See his conviction. I will now leave my body here only. I can't go and beg food. I'm without clothes. Literally, he was naked. Literally, he was naked. So where is the question of going anywhere and asking? All ladies will be there in the houses. How can I do Madhukari? He decided. 3 days and 3 nights, he was just chanting and singing the glories of the Lord. Third day, after third night what got over, in the fourth morning, early morning, one small young girl came and knocked door. बाबा बाबा कहाँ पे हो तुम? 3 दिन से आए नहीं है. मेरी मैया बोल रही थी आप आए नहीं है मधुकरी लेने के लिए. तो बाबा ने अंदर से आवाज़ दिया, बेटी मैं आई एम नॉट इन अ पोजिशन टू कैट आई कैन कम आउट ऑफ द हाउस, सो आई कैन नॉट कम आउट. नहीं ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं है, मैंने द्वार पे रख दिया है, मेरी माँ ने कुछ बनाया है, शी हैज़ प्रिपेयर्ड सम नाइस फूड, सो प्लीज़ टेक इट. सो शी केप्ट एंड वेंट अवे. आफ्टर शी वेंट, ही ओपन द डोर स्लाइटली. ही थॉट सम स्वीट वीट कुछ बनाया रहेगा घर पे, कुछ त्यौहार रहेगा, कुछ फंक्शन रहेगा, तो ही मस्ट हैव केप्ट इट. देखा तो इट वॉज डिवाइन प्रसाद. And there was a nice dhoti, a piece of cloth for the copen, everything was there. That's the greatness. Why Prabhupada is saying, please become fully Krishna conscious. This fully Krishna conscious means a person who is fully Krishna conscious means a person who has got a faith that God will take care of him. Again, star conditions apply. Never become fanatic. Quote unquote, from one of my seniors, I heard there was a case where there was a couple who are devotees, and out of the wife fell very sick, and the husband was advised to take her to the doctor and hospital, and he said, no, I have got full faith on the holy name, power of the holy name. I'll chant just Hare Krishna Mahamantra and she'll become all right. The lady died. That is fanatism. It is possible provided we have reached that realm of spirituality. We have not yet reached that realm. We are still very much low. हमको काफ़ी प्रयास करना है. But still increase your dependency on God and reduce your dependency on your own self. When you depend on your own self, then all your desires for sense gratification will come. When your dependency is on God, my basic needs will be fulfilled. I always give this example. My college students, when I was in college life, one day before the result, everyone is in the beer bar. कल result है यार, बहुत tension, सब दारू पी रहे. On the day of the result, again everyone is in the beer bar. Half are drinking because they passed the exam, half are drinking because they failed the exam. अरे जब पीना ही था तो बहाना क्यों ढूंढ रहे हो? हाँ? Just because someone says, अरे अच्छा मार्क मिला है मुझे, अच्छा. And third day, the ATKT wala is not drinking. Because that day they were busy fighting for the possibility of passing. Since they didn't get a pass, the ATKT people are drinking. तो कहने का मेरा भावार्थ क्या है? Don't try to have control of, try to control yourself and be a slave of your senses. That is what Krishna is trying to say. Control it in the very beginning. If you don't control in the beginning, then you will be the slave of these bad vices. These vices will control you. You will not be in control of the vices. At no time, at no point can you control the vices. If you think little, मैं थोड़ा, once in a blue moon, कभी कभार, on occasions, on parties, लोगों के साथ रहने के लिए, no need. None of them are going to feed you. One में से नहीं सर अभी क्या है business के लिए करना पड़ता है हमको. Please understand, I was also a businessman and I was also accompanying my clients to drink and I was paying the bill. I was thinking I was doing a great job, कल order मिलेगा. खा पी के जाता तो order भी नहीं मिलता. It happens, right? Many times it has happened, right? But the sin, who is going to incur the sin? So don't, if Krishna has decided to give you the business, that order, he will give you even sitting in the house. Put your efforts, put your genuine efforts, sincere efforts. Rest, Krishna will look after. and that Baba stayed for many years after this incident. Then his spiritual master told him, now shift to Vrindavan. Then he came to Vrindavan, and then he has visited n number of places in Vrindavan and given very nice kathas also. So कहने का मेरा भाव क्या है? Please increase our dependency on God. If you don't increase the dependency on God, you cannot survive. Please continue, Adarsh.
Lust is only the perverted reflection of the love of God, which is natural for every living entity. But if one is educated in Krishna consciousness from the very beginning, that natural love of God cannot deteriorate into lust. When love of God deteriorates into lust, it is very difficult to return to the normal condition.
You know, एक बार एक बाबा, एक ब्रजवासी को अच्छी नौकरी मिली. कहाँ? दिल्ली में, गवर्नमेंट जॉब, अच्छा पगार. उसको बोला कि भाई इतना अच्छा पगार मिला है, नहीं मुझे ब्रज को छोड़ के नहीं जाना. नौकरी छोड़ दिया उसने. तो घर वालों ने सब जाके बाबा जी को, जो वहाँ के जो मुख्य बाबा थे, उनको जाके बोला समझाओ ना इसको, ऐसा नौकरी मिलता नहीं है, बार बार छोड़ के यहाँ बैठा है. तो बोला ठीक है. तो जाके उसको बोला कि मैं जाता हूँ, उस बाबा को मिलने जाता हूँ. तो बाबा जी ने उसको बुलाया, उस लड़के को बुलाया. बेटा तुझे ऐसा नौकरी बार बार मिलेगी नहीं, भक्ति तो कर सकता है, तू कहीं पे बैठ के भी भक्ति कर सकता है, बट वहाँ पे तो बैठ जा तू एक बार. आफ्टर टेलिंग ऑल दैट, व्हाट डिड दैट ब्रजवासी से? क्या फ़ायदा? इफ़ आई एम नॉट हैप्पी, व्हाट इज़ द यूज़ ऑफ स्टेइंग एंड एंजॉइंग दैट जॉब? आई एम हैप्पी इन माई ब्रज. कृष्णा यहाँ गधे को खीर खिला रहे हैं. इट्स अ फैक्ट. You go to Govardhan when the Singh puja is done, ना अन्नकूट is done, एक्स्ट्रा फूड डालेंगे किधर? जो गिर जाता है कब गधे खाते हैं वहाँ. तो गधे भी वहाँ पे खीर खा रहे हैं. जब यहाँ गधे को खीर खाते हैं, बंदर को बढ़िया से बढ़िया पकवान खाने को मिलता है, जबरदस्ती करके खाते हैं बात अलग है, छीन के खाते, बट खाते हैं ना, सब मिल रहा है उनको. Why should I leave Braj and go over there? That is what is the conviction Brajvasis have got. We, for business prospects, for better prospects, we may shift our location or our base camp, but that's how it is. Why I am saying is that love for God never deteriorates. You read that line, na? Into lust. See the difference. Anyone else, if he is getting a better job from his native place or जो गांव में है, उससे बेहतर जॉब मिल रहा है शहर में, जाएगा, कूद के जाएगा, खुशी खुशी जाएगा, बहुत पापड़ बेलेगा. रोज गांव से लाखों, पूरे इंडिया में से लोग आते हैं शहर, इस बॉम्बे शहर में आते हैं, लोग आते हैं, कोई हीरो बनने, कोई हीरो बनने. ठीक है, बनता नहीं बनता वो बात की बात है, बट कम से कम आ तो रहे हैं यहाँ लालच से, द डिज़ायर से. बट दिस फेलो इज गेटिंग ए चांस, बट ही इज नॉट गोइंग. बोला यहाँ गधा को भी खीर खिला रहे हैं कृष्णा, तो क्या मुझे 2 रोटी खिलाएंगे नहीं क्या? और अगर नहीं खिलाना चाहते हैं तो किधर भी रहूं, नहीं खिलाना. दैट कन्विक्शन वन शुड हैव. मलुक दास जी इन चित्रकूट, व्हाट हैपेंड? एनीवन रिमेंबर्स द स्टोरी? याद है? इन चित्रकूट, once one Baba, in the morning itself, he started Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. And Maluk Das ji, before he became Maluk Das ji, he was sitting there and was sleeping, and he was getting disturbed. This fellow started early in the morning at around 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, and that time he was sleeping very nicely. He got up. क्या है सीताराम सीताराम सुबह सुबह उठ के? सुन चित्रकूट, तो सीताराम सीताराम क्या कर रहे हो? कुछ काम धंधा करो ना, पेट पालोगे ना. अरे मुझे क्या करना है, मुझे सीताराम करके मेरा पेट पल रहा है. अरे तुम्हारे से कुछ नहीं होता है, जो भी होगा मुझसे, मेरे से होगा. I am the doer, I can do everything, and if I don't want to eat, even God cannot feed me. So it was a reverse fight. Everywhere हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? भगवान देते हैं, तो मैं नहीं चाहूँगा तो मैं नहीं खाऊंगा. I decide whether I will eat or I will not eat. Immediately he challenged Maluk Das, challenged that person. आज पूरा दिन मैं खाना नहीं खाता हूँ, देखता हूँ भगवान मुझे जबरदस्ती कैसे खिलाता है. अगर तुम्हारे भगवान हैं तो उनको खिलाने को बोलो, ठीक है। नो व्हेन डे स्टार्टेड ही रियलाइज्ड, कोई आके ज़बरदस्ती इसने किसी बंदे को भेज दिया, अपने चेले चपाटे को भेज दिया खिलाने के लिए, तो मैं क्या करूं? तो ही वेंट इनसाइड द फॉरेस्ट, एंड इनसाइड द फॉरेस्ट ही क्लाइम्ड ऑन ए ट्री एंड ही वाज सिटिंग देयर। मतलब यहाँ पे कोई आके मुझे भगवान खिला नहीं सकता ना, बिकॉज इवन एन एथिस्ट knows that there is God. He may deride the existence of God, but he knows very well that there is God. Was sitting there nicely. One nice nomadic tribe came over there. This, of course, I am talking of a couple of 100 years ago. A nomadic tribe came over there, and just below that tree, they camped. It was a big tree. They camped, and they cooked nice, delicious food. जो भी था, रोटी सब्जी भी बनाया। इतने में एक आदमी भाग के आया, बोला डाकू लोग आ रहे हैं, भागो इधर से, डाकू लोग आ रहे हैं, भागो। तो दीज पीपल जस्ट लेफ्ट एवरीथिंग, उनका पकाया हुआ खाना भी छोड़ के, बस लाइफ इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट, भागे उधर से। वो डाकू लोग वहाँ आए, देखा, अरे वाह बढ़िया खाना बना के रखा अपने लिए, अच्छा है, खाएंगे आज, फीस्ट करेंगे। इतने में उनका एक इंटेलिजेंट डाकू था, उसने बोला सरदार इसमें जहर मिला होगा तो अपने को मारने के लिए, पकड़ने के लिए कुछ भी कर सकते हैं लोग, बस अपने पे ऐसा भी इनाम रखा हुआ है सरकार ने, हाँ ऐसा चलता है ना। तो इमीडिएटली वन ऑफ द डेकॉइट, they saw this fellow sitting on the tree. He is the crook. He has deliberately prepared this and he has kept it over here so that we will eat and we will die. Catch him. बोला तूने जहर मिलाया? नहीं मिलाया, तो खा। So they forced him to eat. There's a famous saying, अजगर करे ना चाकरी, पंछी करे ना काम। मलुकदास कह गए सबके दाता राम। It is after this incident he became the great Malukdas. Became a sage. He realized भगवान खिलाया है तो बंदूक दिला के मार मार के भी खिला सकते हैं। ऐसे नहीं कि उसको प्रेम से खिलाया, मार मार के खिलाया गया। Today when he demigods will come. जिगर so please understand कि what God desires, dependence on God is better than dependence on the self. खुद के भरोसे पे जीने से अच्छा है भगवान पे भरोसे जीना अच्छी बात है। प्लीज कंटिन्यू प्रभु, you have to complete now in 5 minutes.
Nonetheless, Krishna consciousness is so powerful that even a late beginner can become a lover of God by following the regulated principles.
So if someone has come late, no problem. The minute you start, Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita, even at the time of death, if someone remembers me, he can come back to me. भले पूरा जीवन पाप किया हो, that doesn't mean you try that, huh? ब्रो ये आप ही बोले मैं जीवन भर पाप करूंगा, लास्ट मिनट याद कर लूँगा, फॉर्मूला ऐसा नहीं लगता है। सो प्लीज दिस इज एन रेयर केस, जैसे अजामिल केस। अजामिल डिड नॉट गो बैक टू गॉड हेड, he got another chance, another 20 years he had to perform strict devotional service to go back to Godhead. So if someone says अरे हम तो लेट आए हैं, हम तो बुढ़ापे में आए हैं, don't worry, even at this age, the minute you start, जिस दिन जागे उस दिन सवेरा। Please continue.
Even a late beginner can become a lover of God by following the regulated principles of devotional service. So from any stage of life or from the time of understanding its urgency, one can become regulating the senses in Krishna consciousness, devotional service of the Lord, and turn the lust into love of Godhead, the highest perfectional stage of human life.
Prabhupada is concluding with a very nice message. If at all we all are having some lust, dovetail that lust to desire to get Krishna. How many of us are getting a desire to get Krishna? कितने लोगों को इच्छा हो रही है कृष्णा को पाने के लिए? दारू के लिए, नॉनवेज के लिए, इलिसिट सेक्स के लिए, गैम्बलिंग के लिए, ये सब के लिए डिजायर अपने आप फुदक फुदक के आ रही है, बट भक्ति के लिए कहाँ से आ रही है? बट इफ यू डाउटेल अवर लस्ट, our desires to get God or to achieve His love to God is better than running behind all these lusty things, which is in the end going to give us only and only pain and nice residence in hell. That is for sure. Okay, we'll take the next verse next time, because next verse is also connected to this 42, na? That's a very important science. This will require to do some drawing in the board to understand the next verse. It's a little complicated, so we'll understand that. Okay, with this we can close today's lecture. If anybody has got any doubts, questions,